Sup nerds, this is Garchu Collector Dan and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm making a video going over my Pokemon card pickups in the month of February. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So starting out the month, February 1st, I did end up vending a card show. And that was the Collector Expo at the Great American Beer Hall in Medford, Massachusetts. Show was really good, made a lot of great sales. Didn't really pick up much though. Just wanted to quickly show off this PSA 10 Mega Venusaur I took in as trade. Price stickers on it because it's not a part of my collection, it's for sale. So that will be a part of my inventory going forward. Just thought it was a cool little pickup. Really the only thing of note from that show. Other than, I sold a bunch of cards, so that was cool. Moving on. So then the next weekend was PokeCon MA's February show, which ended up being really good. So to start out, I picked up 9 of these Pikachu KFC promos. I paid $27.50 each or something like that. That's what it came out to. I think I paid $2.50 for the stack. And these 6 here, 3, 4, 5, I guess these 5, were the ones I deemed as to being gradable. The other 4 I deemed as being too off-center, even though if you look closely at these cards, like, each one is pristine. Even the ones I decided not to grade are pristine. Like, maybe the centering's off on the back a little bit, I'm seeing. But I still think these are worth a send. Like, I actually think the guy I bought them off of, like, already went through a bunch of them, probably graded some himself, and these were his rejects, but I kind of feel like these are really nice promos. I think having Pikachu, obviously, staple Pokemon, and the Gen 8 starters, I think are going to actually be really nostalgic going forward. And I think that a lot of them are, like, yeah, the back's off-center, but I know PSA has tightened up their, what do you call it, guidelines, their grading guidelines, but at the end of the day, I still think if I send all 5 of these in, I think like maybe 2 or 3 of them will get a 10. At that point, I think I'm in the green on just sending them in instead of selling them raw. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes. I guess now that I'm looking at them closely on camera, they do seem decently off-center on the back on all of them, but I still think I'm going to try to make a play on grading those. So you'll see in a future PSA return video how that goes. Next pickup from PokeCon MA was this Lugia, the really nice swirl on it. If this was a PSA 9 first edition, you know I'd pay up huge for this. But unfortunately it's unlimited. But it's a really sick swirl right by his foot. The back is, I would say, MP. Probably get a PSA 4 or 5, to be honest. But yeah, I thought this was... the guy had sticker 210 on it, which actually seemed pretty low because I looked on TCG Player and I saw like that week there was one with a swirl in similar condition that sold for like $300. So I offered him 180 and he took it. I think I could get between like honestly like 300 to 400 for this card, especially in the market we're in. Like I might just throw it in my case at 400, and if I have it for a while, I'll slash the price. But I think someone was gonna bite. Like I think this is a really nice copy of the Lugia. It's a really sick swirl, and yeah, I mean we'll see. I know I've said in the past that. I think swirls definitely add value to cards, and we'll see if that is true here. And I'll keep you guys posted on how that Lugia goes. Next pickup is I did pick up one of these Bulbasaur 151 stamp promos. Guy had a sticker of 30 on it, which seemed low, and I think it is. I think it's more like a $40 to $50 card. So yeah, I think it's going to do really well in the long term. I might actually grade this. Centering looks good. The problem is, like, you can't see the back. Like, I could finagle this a little bit, the back card, but haven't done that yet. Not sure what I'm going to do with this, but either way, I'm happy to have picked it up. I also need one technically for my 151 Master Set. Not that that's fully completed yet, but that's a consideration as well. But anyway, happy to pick that up. Then I just made these 2 little pickups from a table. Raging Bolt Stellar Crown card for $5. Just wanted one. I like Raging Bolt a lot. I think it's a pretty cool card. Has a little swirl by his head. And then this Professor Elm training method, I just really like the Gen 2 starters. I'm actually playing through Soul Silver right now on my 3DS. So I just think it's a really cool card, and for $9, can't really go wrong. Centering's definitely off left to right, but looking at the back, it's super mint. There's a chance I send this in just for the hell of it. It's probably going to get an 8, but hitting a 9 would be sick. I guess it is really off top to bottom too, so probably an 8, but still super cool. Next random pickup I made is the Pikachu Reverse Holo from EX Emerald, CG 8.5. Paid $90 for this, which I think is actually a good price. I think this is one of the best Pikachu arts from vintage there is, period. I don't know, maybe it's because I watched a lot of the anime growing up Gen 3, and I think this is like the Pikachu style they used then, so I'm a really big fan. I think the Pokeballs look great in the background as well. But yeah, this unfortunately I don't think it's gonna cross. Like the top looks really good, bottom has a little ding there. So you'd think 9, right? But then that's not. That's just something on the sleeve. But if you look really closely, like right where my oh sorry, I wasn't showing you guys really closely, right where my thumb is, right there. Yeah, so that's like damage on the edge there. So I don't think it's gonna hit a PSA 9. So I'll probably just keep it as is for now. I think eventually in the long term this will appreciate well, and in the meantime I'm just happy to hold on to it. I don't have this in PSA 9, which I do want eventually, and you guys know I love my reverse holo snaps, so this will have to do for the meantime. Anyway, last pickup of this show was, I guess, the biggest pickup. I did end up picking up a Mewtwo V-Star PSA 10, which is awesome. I really have been wanting one to go with my Charizard V-Star. So now I have the little combo set going on there. Would love to have this sequential, but unfortunately that's just not going to happen. But yeah, let's just highlight this Mewtwo real quick. As you guys know, this is such a sweet card. I'm really happy to own it. It's obviously a Mewtwo card, but it's also a Charizard card as much as a Mewtwo card in my opinion. I guess same with this one. This actually might be a even better card for Mewtwo because it's like charging up a Shadow Ball or whatever. But yeah, no, I'm super happy to have this set here. I think it's kind of a staple of Modern Collection. I think this is actually undervalued at $270, which is what I paid. I think this is going to be a $500 card in a few years, if not a year in this market. All right, next pickup. So during the month, there was a graded guard drop. I do, as you know, I like my graded guards, and I'm just starting to get into like the limited edition ones. This one looks absolutely sick. It's the Abyss. I picked up 5 of them. I wish I got 10, but it is what it is. I put one on my Lugia V from Silver Tempest, and it looked really sick. And then I put another one on my Shining Gyarados First Edition PSA 9, which looked awesome too. You'll see those in my 4 years into collecting video that I'm actually going to do in April, because I did one. That's how I started my channel, was showing off my entire collection 3 years in. I'm going to continue that trend every year, so you'll see how those look then. But anyway, moving on. So the next part of this video is going to be showing off my Mohegan Sun pickups. Now, I actually kind of popped off at Mohegan. I picked up a couple smaller slabs here and there, but then I met these vendors who were just trying to, like, I think they were mainly sports card guys. They just had a ton of Pokemon they're just trying to move through, and they had some really interesting stuff priced very well, and they gave me a nice percentage of 80%. So I actually picked up quite a bit from them. So let me just go grab that stack, and we can walk through it right now. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Had it on the shelf across the room. But anyway, so just to start us off, I picked up these just because, reminder, I paid 80% for everything you're seeing here sticker. I just thought these were really cool. I've been watching the Pokemon anime recently, and just thought these were like some of the better cards they had. Like, yeah, this Ash for whatever 80% of $3 is seems like a pretty good deal. I actually have no idea. I didn't know anything about the values of any of these. I really like these cards because, like I said, I'm watching the anime, so just picked up the ones of like that had Ash or Pikachu. I actually have this card, like the holo version of this card. Picked up just like things I thought were cool. Weird cards. I don't know. I'll just probably sit on these for a while. If I'm desperate for inventory, I'll throw them on the table, but for now I'm good. And then these were kind of the cheapy binder cards I'm going to stock my table with. Super quick walkthrough so you guys don't want to waste too much of your time on these cards. They're definitely lower end. But as you can see, $4 and $5, I paid 80% of that. These are like $10+ cards. So obviously I did really well on this. These guys didn't price out their cards since July, I think he said. So I definitely took advantage of that, especially in this market. And then I believe this is just about like 30 Mimikyus, all for 80 cents. Some sealed, most of them unsealed. But anyway, I feel like this is going to be between a $3 and $5 card. I think it already is. So I was happy to just pick up a big stack of those. I don't think I can lose on 80 cents a card there. And then let's get into the good stuff. So I did pick up a Greninja EX from them. Fortunately, I don't think it's gradable. It's a little off-center, left to right. And I believe there's also some little ding on the top left. Yeah, I'm probably not grading this, but 80% of 360, I think I'm going to be okay. I do, even still, like, I feel like this card's super undervalued. I mean, or overvalued, sorry, I should say. I think all of Modern's overvalued, to be honest, but I think we're going to be in this boom for the next few months at least, probably the next year or so. So paying 80% of market for this, I actually feel okay on. I do think someone's going to scoop this up for me, hopefully soon at the next show. So we'll see how that goes. And then these are kind of the bigger hits. As I said, this Marnie was off center, but cool card. This undervalued at 11, super undervalued at 14. Remember, 80% again. This was more fairly priced at 80, but I still played at 80%, and I think this card's super liquid. Fortunately, again, I don't believe this one's gradable. Yeah, there's some damage on the bottom corner there. But anyway, yeah, I love having these cards in the case. Like, anytime I have these in my limited vending experience, they always move so quickly. So I think this was a good pickup regardless. And then lastly, I was kind of unsure about this Misty Psyduck W stamp card. I don't know. I might have overpaid slightly on this, even at 80%, because this is to resell. I don't plan on keeping this. I guess I just thought it was a cool card, and maybe someone else will too. But anyway, yeah, that's it for the better cards I picked up. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. These are the best cards I picked up. Then I also got this a few tag slabs that I'm going to be cracking out. Some of them. I might keep this one in there for now. I like the blue label matches in this world. But yeah, this used to resell. I don't know. Paying 80% of 60 for this card. I feel like I could sell it for like 70 or 80, or even just like 60 and still make the 20% margin. So felt good about picking that up. Then I picked up a couple Sun and Moon cards. The first one is this Umbreon GX. Remember, this is like a $220 card, so I'm paying 80% of 140. I did great on this as is. And it is super clean. Unfortunately, it's like very off-center. It's hard for me to tell the Sun and Moon cards, but yeah, it looks like this side is very much thicker than this side. But super nice card. I wish it was gradable, and I probably would keep it if it graded a 10. But I don't think it's gonna, so might just crack it out and sell it raw. And then this Magikarp Wailord, same story. Again, I paid super low on this. I think in a 10, this is like, what, $1,000, something crazy. Centering on this, I think is the same story. Yeah, it's like definitely fatter on this side, but the corners are pristine. I don't see a single white dot. That's just on the case there. So I don't really know what to do. Like, I might send in both of these and just hope one of them gets a 10, because it's big money if one of them gets a 10. Or I could just sell and get my money out and make a little decent margin. I'm not sure what to do. Like I said, I don't really have much experience grading Sun and Moon cards, so kind of unsure about that, but still happy to pick them up. And I did pick up as well a couple alt arts. This Galarian Moltres V, well centered. I think this has a solid shot at the 10. Guess there's a little off left to right again, but I think it has a shot for sure. Like, all the corners are pristine. There's no, usually on these Vs, there's like some damage on the black bottom right corner, just the way it's done, but I don't see anything there. And then this Dragonite as well. This is probably the best shot of the 10, which is awesome because I need it in a 10 for the PC. Centering looks really good. Back looks really good. So it's good pickups there. And then lastly, this Pikachu VMAX that is slightly OC, but I think it's still in range, so I'm probably going to gamble on this too. It's off a little top to bottom, I guess, but I still think I think I might just send all of those in. Like, there's so much potential money in this little stack. Like, I think it's worth me gambling on it. So yeah, that was definitely the pickup of the show, is finding those guys and clearing them out of their undervalued items. So let's just finish off the stack here. I did have a couple smaller other pickups. I picked up, I guess from the same guys, I picked up this for $40. Definitely should not have done that. I thought it was more valuable than it was, but $40 for a Charizard PSA 10, I guess, is cool. It's just kind of weird. I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of this like niche, like they're kind of cool slabs, but they're inexpensive. I just have too much of it. I just, I can only display so much, so I'm trying to like abstain from picking up lower end things like that I'm not absolutely in love with. But at the end of the day, it can always be inventory for the case. So then they have this. Ace threw it in for free because I thought Feraligatr was cool. I don't know, just keep it as a memento from the deal for now. And then lastly, I picked up this Arcanine Black and White Next Destinies pre-release for $50. Just thought it was super cool, unique. It's off center as fuck. I kind of noticed that after the fact, but yeah, it's cool. I don't know. Like I said, like I feel like I need to abstain for picking up stuff like this, but at the same time, I do truly believe like $50 for this is like potentially undervalued. It is pretty niche. Like you have to be down the rabbit hole to even know what this is. Like I didn't even know what it was, and I'm very into Pokemon, but when I saw it, I thought it was cool. So maybe that'll work on someone else as well eventually. And then this Houndoom I picked up for $50. I just thought I think it's super undervalued at $50 to be honest for what it is. A Team Rocket Returns holo. I know the reverse holos are all the rage, and I'm with that train, but at the same time, the holos are super nice. They're just the Team Rocket Returns cards are just such unique cards. Like I think, especially with the new set featuring some Team Rocket characters, I do think this is going to do really well in the long term, and also just can't go wrong. I don't know. I'm a Houndoom enjoyer. So, and then lastly, I picked this up with the Houndoom for $150. Super undervalued, by the way. I believe this last sold for like $300. So. There's definitely some people out there slacking with updating their prices in this market, which I'm taking full advantage of. Thick Stamp, first edition Charmander. I did own a first edition Charmander previously. It was Thin Stamp. I've sold it. I just wasn't really in love with the centering on the card, but I think this one's better. There's this weird like speck. Sorry, there's this weird speck right there. I don't know if that's on the card. I think it is. But either way, I mean, I feel like I did really well on this. Like I love that it's Thick Stamp. Can't go wrong with the first Charmander. Like I bet I've put this in my case at $300. I can sell it pretty quickly at my next show, to be honest. So yeah, I definitely did well there. Anyway, guys, that's the video for today. Thanks for watching this far. I'm in the process of moving, so yeah, I've been not making too much videos. Also, I'm not really happy with the state of the Pokemon market. I mean, it's fun that I'm making money, but at the same time, it kind of sucks to be a collector right now. It's definitely a seller's market. So yeah, guys, I'll keep the content coming. Thanks for watching, and have a good day. Take care.